merchants. Recording is in progress, so I better not mess up. So I'm joining the phone call to, once the presentation is over, to answer any questions on the gift card program, so that we can hopefully get some more businesses signed up. It's a great program. Northampton actually is our #1 universal chamber program that we work with. They're the most organized. They bring in the most revenue. They have the best dancing president. So they across the board, Northampton is a great partner for us. And so we go out of our way to make sure that we're supporting their program and all of their merchants. We kind of put them as a VIP level for us.
Great. Thank you so much, Larry. Bumping over to Jillian.
Hi, I'm Jillian Duclos. I represent Sylvester's restaurant and Roberto's restaurant here on Pleasant Street in Northampton. Funny to hear from Larry. I'm pretty sure that I've emailed back and forth with him about SwipeIt issues in the past, and it's nice to put a face to the name. So I'm very much looking forward to this info session and contributing to whatever pieces I can throughout the next hour. So
Sylvester's and Roberto's are longtime users of the gift card program. So we asked Jillian to join us this morning to sort of give the firsthand knowledge of how it works. Let's bump over to Kaylee. Did I pronounce your name right? What is it, Kaylee or Kylie?
It's Kaylee.
Oh, good.
Yeah, right. Hi, everyone. My name's Kaylee, and I'm with Enchanted Forest Coffee. I'm the Vice President of Sales and Marketing. And so we're a brand new company, and I believe I met somebody at a YPS event, and they invited me to this. And we're just really curious about what this is because we're a brand new company, so we don't really know that much about it.
Great. We're so glad that you joined us today. I am going to go over to Tasha and Devin from Mixed Greens.
Good morning. I'm Devon. I'm Tasha. We both are own Mixed Greens, Community Apothecary and Botanical Goods in Northampton. We've been open since June, and we're excited to sign up for the gift card program and just learn a little bit more. So thanks, Jess, for inviting us this morning.
Absolutely. So nice to finally see your faces. All right, let's go over to Vince Jackson.
All right. Well, first of all, let me say welcome and thank you all. I am Vince Jackson, the Executive Director of the Greater Northampton Chamber of Commerce. I know you could be any number of places at 8:30 this morning, but we're so delighted that you joined us and you'll hear a little bit more from me later. So thank you.
Great. Kate, can you introduce yourself, or are you driving and it will be dangerous?
Nah, it's okay. I got this. Hi guys, I am Kate Franklin. I own Glow Beauty Bar in Florence. I own Glow Bridal, which is based out of Florence, but we are up. We go from New Hampshire to Wow, Kate. Okay, I haven't had my coffee yet. We go up to New Hampshire and down to Nantucket, so we're all over New England. And then I own also Glow with Kate. Hey Noah, shh, for 1 second, okay. And then I also own Glow with Kate Beauty, which is at my new e-commerce brand. So we're going to become a global beauty brand, and I hope to get into Sephora. So yeah, that's me. And I would love for you guys to extend the Northampton Gift Card Program to Florence. I think we've been waiting for this for a while, so I'm super excited to hear all about it.
Awesome. Awesome. Chris Gallivan.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Chris Gallivan. I work for Complete Payroll in Springfield, and I'm a volunteer and an ambassador with the Chamber. So I love working with local people, and I'm excited to hear about how the gift card program is expanding and ways it can serve the community, so I can help share that with my clients and other community partners alike. Thanks everyone for coming and welcoming all the new faces today on this Chamber call.
Liz from Artifact.
Hi, I'm sorry, I'm not going on camera at 8:30 in the morning, but I'm Liz. I am the GM at Artifact Cider, and excited to learn about the gift card program.
Thanks, Liz. High Five Books, is that you, Lexi?
Hi, it's actually Kinsey. Lexi couldn't make it until later, so I'm here to just take some notes until she's able to show up. But it's good to see
Welcome.
everyone. Good morning.
And let's see, Jenna, Miss Jenna Lloyd.
Good morning. I'm Jenna Lloyd. I'm the Office Manager and Gift Card Program Manager at the Northampton Chamber. Good morning and welcome to everybody.
Nancy Newton.
Good morning. I'm Nancy Newton. I'm the owner of the Healing Zone Massage Therapy in Hadley, and I have a little bit of experience with the Chamber gift card because I have, before COVID, I was just getting into it and I just never really took hold because it just seemed a little too overwhelming to do that. But I'm looking to, now that I'm reopened, and trying to see if it's something that will include me. I mean, when I moved my office out of Northampton into Hadley, I felt a little like, hey, I want to be downtown Northampton still. But so this kind of brings me back a little bit. So I'm looking forward to learning more about it. So thanks. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Good morning. Let's see, who haven't we heard from? Amy Kaling.
Hi, I'm Amy Kaling. I am the Executive Director for the Downtown Northampton Association.
Welcome. Let's see, and there is a phone number that is 413-265-1278. Could you just let us know?
Hi, that's me, Violetta. I wasn't able to join the Zoom, but I'm here. I'm the owner of Villa Aesthetics and Day Spa right downtown Northampton, and I'm really new to this. I'm super excited to learn a lot from you guys here today.
Welcome. We're so glad you joined us, and I think the last person to say hello is Jack.
Hi, everyone. I'm the marketing and communications guy down at the Chamber. And right now I'm home with my 3 kids, so I'm on mute for much of this call, but I am here and interested. Nice to see you all.
Great. Awesome. Well, welcome everybody. I believe that everyone had an opportunity to say hello as I look around. And now we're going to turn it over to Vince, who's going to tell us a little bit more about the program, how it impacts our regional economy, our local economy, and our small business economy, and how the program works.
So for those who can't see, I am sharing my screen, and we will make sure that we get this mini deck out to you. It's a small presentation, and it'll probably take about 15-20 minutes. I want to make this very conversational, so please feel free to interrupt me at any point to ask questions as we go, or you are welcome to save them at the end. We will have plenty of time at the end to answer any questions that you may have, but don't hesitate while it's fresh in your mind to stop me along the way. I saw some things in the chat, and I want to say, first off, we have heard that feedback before, because one of the biggest myths about the Northampton Gift Card Program is that it's for downtown businesses only. It is anchored in Northampton, but you see right on the screen that we are the greater Northampton Chamber of Commerce. And we have a merchant in Hatfield. We have, as Nancy Newton has pointed out, a couple in Hadley, one in Amherst, one in East Hampton. And I'm saying one, but these are the ones that come to mind. But as the greater Northampton Chamber of Commerce, we definitely invite and welcome this program to be representative of our greater area and have merchants across the community. So we will look further into how we can elevate our brand in a way that dispels the myth that it's for downtown Northampton only. So let's just jump right into it. Again, I want to say thank you for joining us today for a part of our Connect campaign 2021. And the Connect campaign is part of the Chamber's Link and Learn series, where we invite you to come and join up with us and learn about different programs and educational events that will benefit your business. I want to make sure that I plug Florence Bank, who is a sponsor of our Link and Learn series. And that's important because we offer all of our programming at absolutely no charge to anyone in the community who is willing to come in and check it out. So thanks again to Florence Bank for being a sponsor. And also to our Northampton gift card sponsors, Coca-Cola Northampton, as well as People's Bank. And I'll share a little bit more about that in a minute. So let's just jump right into it. This is the Chamber's biggest mission-focused economic program. You've heard us say before that when the economy thrives, the community thrives, and vice versa. So the Northampton Gift Card Program is the Chamber's way of really driving the local economy and making sure that we thrive both economically and from a community standpoint. So it's mission critical to everything that we do. As I said before, the program this year is being sponsored by People's Bank and Coca-Cola, and it's accepted at over 68 participating merchants. And let me add that 15 of them are new just this year as we're celebrating our 15th anniversary year. And we invest about $30,000 annually to support this program in both marketing and operational expenses. So it really does benefit the participating merchants, and not just them, but everyone in our local economy. For those who may not know, this is a snapshot of how the program works in 4 simple steps. One is that a customer will come into the chamber, visit the kiosk at Thorns, or give us a call or go to our website, northamptongiftcard.com, and place an order. And for the simplicity of giving you an example with easy math, say a customer comes in and they say, I want to buy a $100 gift card. They may use their credit card, they may use cash, a check, whatever. We take all forms of payment. And so we give them in exchange a $100 Northampton gift card that either they are purchasing to treat themselves or purchasing to give as a gift to someone else. So we like to say it's the gift that gives. Then once a person goes into a participating merchant and use their Northampton gift card as they would any other form of payment, their transaction is processed by SwipeIt. You've met Larry, so that's where the back end operation begins. Actually, it begins with the purchase of the card, because SwipeIt also activates the card and logs it in as a valid card. So when you go in to use it, let's just say for grins, I go to Nancy Newton and I get a massage, and I pay with my $100 gift card. So SwipeIt will process that transaction and keep track of the balance on the card if there's a balance, or and the customer can always go in and check the balance on their website. And they send us reports on the 15th and 30th of every month. And then the chamber during those 2 processing periods on the 15th and the 30th, we will deduct a program administration fee to cover credit card fees, operational costs. There's a card, the envelope, postage if we have to mail it to you, all of the operations. So we deduct a 4% fee, and then SwipeIt's fee in most cases is about 15 cents per transaction. So then the merchant would get the remaining $95.85. So it's just that simple. It's very turnkey, little for you to do other than swipe the card. No pun intended, Larry, but it's just that simple. And the chamber does all the processing of the payments, and we have heard from our merchants that they appreciate something that we started during the pandemic, and that is giving them their payments twice monthly versus once a month to help improve cash flows. Since the program began, the Northampton Gift Card Program has infused nearly $5 million into the local economy. And you kind of see over the years how the program has grown. 2016 was our peak year. And then we've seen some moderate softness over the past few years. And then of course, in 2020, the pandemic hit. And, but we are recovering and rebounding quite steadily. And I think that this is just going to be a great year for us as we head into 2022. We're not out of the woods yet, but overall, as the chamber looks to be the experts on the local economy, we use the gift card program as our first barometer and as a source to help us understand what others may be facing. And we marry that with the anecdotal feedback and sometimes sales information from our merchants and business owners who really, it's a mirror effect. What you see with the gift card program is most likely what you see in the business community in Northampton across any number of sectors. So we do have a voice when it comes to the local economy, and we have the data to support how we think it's doing through the gift card program. Similarly, about $4.2 million since the program started 15 years ago has been spent with the local merchants. You kind of see the trends. The gift cards have 7 years of life. They don't expire until 7 years. So you've got 7 years to use it from the date of purchase or the date of activation. So that's a great thing. And so we know that people hang on to them for years, use them over years. They will also often reload the card or purchase a new one. So each gift card has its own unique life. Some people throw them away after the end of their use, but 7 years to use it. So as you look at the previous slide, you may say, well, you sold $5 million worth of cards over a 15-year period, but people have only redeemed 4.2 million. Well, that's the difference is called our liability. Those are cards that are out in the marketplace that have yet to expire that people have 7 years to use. So I hope that math is pretty simple and clear.
Vince.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. You're getting to it. I was going to speak on the sales slide saying why we're in a good position at where we're at now. But here it is. We're doing over half of our sales in December. So there we go.
Yeah.
You're ahead of me.
So you see here the sales trends, and this is where I'd like to have a little audience participation. The blue line, let's start with that. That's pre-pandemic. That's sort of a normal year for us, 2019. So you see here, what do you think happens on the uptick in May and June? Anyone? Except the staff person, of course. Any ideas?
Mother's Day, Father's Day.
Graduations, Mother's Day, Father's Day. Consistently a peak selling season for the gift card program. Then, as Jenna alluded to and was going to mention, we do half of our volume in December alone. So in fourth quarter, October, November, December, but more specifically, December, we do half of our volume for the year on the gift card program. So right now, you'll see in a bit that we're chugging along. We sold so far about 155,000. We're gonna hit 300,000 by the end of the year if the trends from every year since the program started continue. Now let's go and look at 2020. We all know how 2020 was, but still the pattern continued. Even though we were way below our norm in 2019, we saw that sales of gift cards spiked. And this is gift card sales, not redemptions, but they spiked in December, just like it does every year. People give the gift that gives. So one of the things that what they want to give is a gift card for the holidays. And then the light yellow line is 2021. So we had our normal graduation, Mother's Day, Father's Day spike. Then what happened in August? Was anyone aware of what happened in August? Any guesses?
The big Cooley donation or purchase?
That's a great guess, but haha, Chris Gallivan, that happened back in January. See the spike in January of 2021 following the holidays? That was the Cooley card, which for those who don't know, a very generous anonymous donor made a $100,000 gift to Cooley Dickinson at the end of 2020 to thank the staff, the frontline healthcare workers for keeping our community safe during COVID, and to just show appreciation to all the staff at Cooley. So each of the 2,000 employees at Cooley received a $50 gift card as an appreciation for the holidays. Chris?
It was the Kiter cards.
It was the Kiter cards in August, yes. So back to Cooley, and instead of the donor, instead of purchasing say Stop and Shop or Big Y cards or Amazon or Visa cards or American Express, wanted to really invest in the community and in local businesses. So their idea was to purchase local chamber gift cards. So we partnered with Amherst Chamber, who had just launched the gift card program, as well as the East Hampton Chamber. And this Cooley card features merchants across all three chambers that have a gift card program. And that's the kind of investment that generous donors like to see in terms of leveraging the gift card program and making sure that it is a win-win-win for everybody. A win for the customer, a win for the merchant, a win for our community and our local economy. And as Chris mentioned, Kiter Corporation, based in Florence, Kate, Scott Kiter and his team decided
I love them.
Yes, absolutely. Decided that they wanted to invest some of their marketing dollars in a breakthrough promotion to enable to support the recovery in a bold and aggressive way, because construction for them has been booming and they had a really successful year, but they were thinking of their fellow business people and folks in the community to say, how can we help? And boy, did they help, and did they over deliver. They said, you spend $25 on a Northampton Chamber gift card and we'll give you $50. So basically they're just walking around giving folks $25 for coming into the chamber to buy a $25 gift card. And with a $50 gift card, you know you're gonna go eat, you know you're gonna go get your hair done or your nails done, you know you're going to go shopping at any of our places to shop. So this was probably the most breakthrough and the most successful promotion in our 15-year history. So we can't thank Kiter Corporation enough. And the good news, they want to do it again. We don't know when, but they have seen the success and just was so excited about all that it did for our business community and our local economy. So
can I just,
yeah.
I just wanted to note, so when the Kiter card promotion was happening, Jenna was on vacation, so I was, well, Vince and I were managing the front desk, and it was one per person, so there were many transactions, and it was such a lovely thing to experience. Of course, people were happy because they were getting a free $25, but they were also really inspired and sort of reinvigorated. As you recall, that was happening in August. The summer, things had been opening up and the Delta variant was starting to rear its ugly head. And the community could really see that our businesses could be facing a difficult time. And they were so delighted to be able to have this easy way of participating and celebrating our local small businesses. It was really it was really inspiring.
Yes, so thank you for that, Jess. I echo that sentiment, and people were really grateful for that kind of business in our community to reinvest in a way that was meaningful at every level. So with the Coolie card and the Kiter card, these customized cards that extend the Northampton Chamber, Northampton Gift Card brand is just powerful. Okay. Looks like there we go. So when you think about a few of the economic indicators, in 2019, again, that was our normal year. We sold $365,000 in gift cards. We paid out to merchants $201,000 in that year alone for redemptions or when people use their gift card. We sold nearly 7,000 gift cards that year. And there were over 10,000 transactions. That includes the purchases of the cards and the number of times that people use their cards, for a total of over 17,000 transactions. And like all of your businesses, 2020 was a dismal year for the gift card program, but people continue to invest. But you notice that the amount of redemptions at 53,000, one, a lot of places weren't open until June, and then they were partially opened. They're still not completely at full capacity and fully open. So we've seen the impact on the Northampton Gift Card Program that this pandemic has had. And this, again, as I said before, is a good first barometer for how our business community is doing relative to the pandemic. But as we've all sort of experienced over the summer and most recently, we're on the rebound. Recovery has been slow and steady and continues to trend up. And as I said before, if history holds, which I think it will, which it did even in the midst of a pandemic, we're on target to sell well over $300,000 in gift cards by the end of the year. Thank you, Chris. And redemptions will probably inch up as well. If the numbers hold, we will probably sell, right at 6,500 gift cards this year. So one is to a very committed community of residents who support the program, to the participating merchants who are involved in the program, and also just to other investors who see the value of the program. Then, so these are some examples. As I said before, you basically had to spend $25 and you would get a $50 card. And we had several executions of advertising. It was fully integrated. There was radio, TV, and the Daily Hampshire Gazette ran a promotion. And because we had some funds left over from our community revitalization fund, which the chamber led during the pandemic to give some relief to small businesses, I know a number of you on the call may have gotten a grant, small grant from that program. We had a few funds left over that were earmarked and dedicated for gift card promotions. So we invested $2,500 so that the Gazette could give away $50 gift cards as part of the Kiter card promotion. And all you had to do was enter to win. So that was a really cool thing about that. And it just shows that there was another chamber partner, the Gazette, that invested in the program as well by doing the back end and operations to make it a success. Last year, we also had the My Local campaign, and people told us, let's call out our local businesses by name. And that's precisely what we did with our gift card promotions. So you see 25 Central, you see A to Z owners, Devin and Andre Boulay. we really put a face to these businesses and remind people, these are your friends, these are your neighbors, these are people in our community. So let's shop where we live, put your money where your heart is, and support small businesses. So these are just a few of the executions that we ran. And of course, all the holidays during the spring season, graduations, Mother's Day, Father's Day, we were out there with our messaging. And these are some executions during the holidays. We already talked about the Coolie card. There's an image of it here. And then last Christmas, we ran last holiday season, I should say, we ran a Give the Gift That Gives bonus card promotion, where if you buy a $50 card, you got a $5 bonus card. Buy yourself a cup of coffee. It was our way of saying thanks to our community during 2020 who was there for us. And when you bought a $100 gift card, you got a $10 bonus card. Buy you a coffee and a muffin. And if it were me, I'd go to Sylvester's, you know, because they have the best sensational muffins. So again, we support our local businesses and we call them out by name. And that's the beauty of the gift card program. The ad that you're seeing on the right is an ad that was developed by Northampton Living magazine that we're running in right now. So you may have seen it if you've read the November issue. It will run in November and December. And again, we just basically keep the message simple, encourage purchases of gift cards, and then we tell people how they can get it. There are 4 ways to buy. The chamber in person, you can call us, you can go to our website, or you can go to the kiosk in Thorns on the 2nd floor. And speaking of the kiosk, we're making another big investment. Our kiosk is very old and outdated, but there's a new one on order. This is what it'll look like. It really pops. We think it'll be a nice piece of equipment on the 2nd floor at Thorns. So hopefully we are just a few more weeks, 2 or 3 weeks away before we see this installed. And these are just a few quotes from some of our merchants very recently. Woodstar Cafe is a merchant who came on board this year. And not only do they enjoy having customers come in and use the gift card, but they also purchase gift cards to give to their staff as staff appreciation moments and what have you. So there's a quote there from Rebecca Robbins, the owner of Woodstar. And I mentioned A to Z earlier, and they also do things in terms of rewarding their staff with gift cards and talk very fondly of the program. And they're one of our top, they're in the top 10 of our merchants where the gift card is redeemed most. And all of the merchants in Thorns Marketplace are part of the gift card program. And that's really great for us because the kiosk is located right there, and it just makes the purchasing of a gift card and the redemption full circle. So just 3 little takeaways from this presentation, and then I'll open it up to questions, is that this is the mission critical program, probably one of the most important things that we do at the Chamber because we're supporting a thriving economy and by virtue, a thriving community. And marketing has been a big part of the program. Remember, I mentioned that we have a marketing and operations budget of about $30,000 that we invest every year in the program. So it's really a break-even proposition for us. It's a traffic driver and a leader for the economy. And that's as good as it gets. We'd like to get more sponsors, of course, but so long as we can do what we do to support our local businesses, we're happy. And we did see a lot of softness in 2020, but the gift card program has had a really sustainable legacy. And Larry, I want to thank you for that nice testimonial because you're absolutely right. When you and I met, I was asking you, well, who are the best practice gold standard gift card programs in the country? And I even made a few calls to my fellow colleagues at different chambers around the country. And when they describe their gift card program in terms of the sales and the number of merchants, we by far exceeded those numbers. So I am just so excited that we're celebrating our 15th year anniversary, and we've had these real breakthrough promotions, these huge investments in the program. And I'm just looking forward to the future. And I hope that all of you will become part of that, and we can grow together. So Jess, I will turn it over to you in case you have something that you'd like to share, and we can take any questions.
Yeah, that's exactly what, at this point, I think that our next step will be to go to Larry, who will be showing us operationally what are your options, how the nitty gritty, how do you take this card? So that will be our next step. But as far as the economic impact, does anybody have any questions or thoughts before we move on to the nitty gritty? All right. Oh, Liz, you've got a question or an idea? Please go ahead.
Yeah, does this require a terminal that besides our credit card machine?
That's exactly what we will be getting into next. It doesn't require it. That is one of the options, however.
Okay.
There's several different ways. And go ahead.
And then so I've purchased several of these cards I used to run a drag bingo night, and we would get these cards as a drag bingo prize.
Yep.
And I'd go to the kiosk to get them. And is there like I remember there being like a list of stores on the envelope that you would get to go with the card, but I don't believe it had 68 stores on it. Is there like a comprehensive list that people get when they get the card so they know where they can spend it?
Yep, there's a list. So we've added 16 new businesses this year. So it may have been, depending on when you were buying the gift cards, there may have been fewer businesses participating at that moment. But yes, there is a comprehensive list that is in the envelope. So every purchaser gets an envelope with a list and the card. And we are pretty consistent in updating that, as frequently as things turn over. A business does have to be a member of the chamber in order to participate in the card. That's actually the only requirement. It's not geography, it's chamber membership. And we also have Northampton giftcard.com, where you can go there to buy a card, and you can also go there to see a completely updated list of all the participating stores, restaurants, spas, etc. Does anybody else have any questions, thoughts? Kaylee?
How much is it to be a member of the chamber?
It is based on the number of employees that a business has. For a business,
3 technically.
Okay, so it's $460 annually for a business that's within that 2 to 5 full-time equivalent. But membership dues can be paid annually, semi-annually, quarterly, or even monthly. So when a business chooses monthly and they're within that 2 to 5 range, it ends up being $33.33 a month. So
She's got that number in her head.
Pretty good deal. Yeah, that's the way it works out. And if you have a different employee number, you need that information, I'll make sure my email is in the chat. I can help you with that.
Technically, none of us are really employees. We're part owners.
It would be the same.
Okay. Sure. Thank you.
Sure. So any other questions before we go to Larry? All right. Take it away, Larry.
Okay. I did want to just make a quick note of all the information that Vince was giving out, and that potentially that, assuming that sales continue, that's another 200, 300,000 sales this year. But the other thing also to remember is that they're also holding close to $1 million on these cards now. So if you're not a member of the chamber, you're getting zero of that $1 million of the program. You guarantee that you're not getting any of that $1 million. If you participate in the gift card program, well, then now you could get a piece of that. And then additionally, if you market yourself that you're part of the program and people know that they can use the card there, you could even get a bigger piece of that $1 million. So it's also a good thing for each individual merchant to promote that I love the program. I take the program so people know it. And that's also another way to grow the program, just by the merchants being so supportive of it, which we've seen has been incredible. So just don't want to forget about that. There's still $1 million on cards that are out there that these people want to spend in the community. So the more the merrier. 68 merchants is incredible. As Vince has said, we see a lot of these programs get started, and I'll be honest with you, either they fail because there's not an administrative staff like Northampton that's pushing it and really, running this program, or they run it, but nothing happens. So, we have chambers out there that have been running a program for 5 to 10 years, and really they're just paying me money, but because they're not really putting time and effort into it like Northampton does. So very lucky to be part of this chamber. We see so many chambers across the country, and really the staff here is top notch. So with that being said, to participate in the gift card program, really you need a heartbeat and a brain. That's really it, because we can put it on a smartphone. We have a free app. It will cost you absolutely nothing. You just have a phone, Apple or Android, and basically there's an app that goes right on your phone, or if you have an Android or an iPad tablet, this is the easiest way. This basically says anyone can participate in this program because we know everyone has a phone or even an old tablet, or nowadays you have all these other companies that are running things through tablets, whether it's reservations or Grubhub or online ordering, whatever it might be. We know that a lot of merchants have either extra tablets already at the establishment, or they have tablets at home that they're not using, or we have the phone. So what is our free Apple or Android app? Goes on the devices. The Northampton card, on the back of the card, there's actually a QR code. And what that allows is, this is actually the universal card we did for the Cooley, but that QR code now allows anyone with a phone or tablet to easily take that transaction. We don't have to deal with swiping devices. We don't have to type in numbers. We basically open up our app, we scan the QR code, that automatically puts the number, the gift card number, into our app. We put in the amount, click submit, and we're done. When we set this up, we send you instructions. We give you a merchant ID. That's how the tablet or the smartphone knows that we're at Sylvester's over a different location. So when you set this up, we give you this free app. You download the app onto your device. You put in the merchant ID that we supply you, and then it's simple. So that's one way to do it, one free option. Another free option, more for maybe the day spas or retails, people who are in front of a computer, we have access through our website at SwipeIt.com. We call it a web terminal. And basically, it's like having that little credit card machine, but on your computer. So you go to SwipeIt.com. We give you a username and a login. You log in. And now instead of swiping or doing a QR code, we're going to, I don't know if you can see it, but there's 16-digit numbers on there. So with the web terminal, we're just taking the number off the back of the card. We're typing it in. We're putting the amount, and we click submit. And again, with this option, it knows what the location is by the username and password. So everyone would have a unique username and password. And so we also have a bunch of places that will request both. They'll say, give me access to the app and give me access to the web terminal. That way, wherever I am, I can handle it. So that's the easiest. Those are the two free options to get started, which typically works for everybody. Now, additional options, like someone had mentioned, is, we do have a little standalone credit card machine. There's a cost for that. We have different models. So there's a model, a less expensive model that goes via IP. So with that, you need to have space in your modem and power, and we can download a little machine and hand that to you. Or we have a more expensive machine that goes over Wi-Fi. So with that one, you need to have Wi-Fi at your business and you need to have power. So those are two options for physical that would cost you money. We found that most people are good with the app, especially when we're looking at our universal programs across the country. It's an easy way for someone to participate without having an upfront cost. Now, there's another option, which is integration into what you're currently using. This one is a little bit more difficult because there's so many more variables that go into it. Everyone has different POS systems. Within the restaurant industry, there's 5,000 different systems changing every day. And so someone might have a POS system like Aloha. And we said, well, we can't work with that one. Or they might have micros. Okay, we can work with that one, but now there's a fee for us to add our software. And so like for micros, which is one of the larger restaurant POS systems, our micros installer charges us $450. So now it's not really, so now it's, well, the convenience of having it in my micros, great, but $450 for a universal program is a pretty big investment to make. So again, even though we might have an option where we can integrate, it might not be cost effective. And a standalone terminal is much less expensive than doing an integration. We do have some free integrations. Some of the more popular POS systems that have come out recently, one is called Upserve, another one is called Toast. So those are two POS systems that are kind of not as robust as the ones that we know in the past. So with like Toast and Upserve, they have limitations. So these POS systems can only work with one gift card company at a time, which means that if you're using it for gift cards and you're not using SwipeIt, well, then you can't put the Northampton on it because Northampton uses SwipeIt. Now we've had in the past, we just did this for a restaurant up in Newburyport where they were using a Toast POS with a different gift card provider. They wanted to take the Newbury Chamber of Commerce through their Toast. So we converted their internal program to SwipeIt, which allowed us to also put the chamber on the program, saving them money on their standard gift card program, giving them better service working with SwipeIt, and now allowing them to also now put the chamber card right into their POS system. So that's why there's so many variables. So really when someone says, hey, I want to integrate, it's a separate really conversation on every one. And we don't mind doing it. So we'll basically sit down and say, okay, what are you using? What are you using it for? What do you have already installed? Here's what our options are. Here's what the costs are. And then it's up to you to make the decision. So we have the information. We're willing to take the time to work with every individual merchant to see what's going to be best for their environment. But it's not as simple as just, flipping a switch and having it run, because the chamber program, unlike other programs, it's not powered by a credit card company. It's a closed loop program, meaning that only the people we want to participate can participate. And so with those credit card based programs, number one, they're incredibly fee heavy and the chamber basically makes no money at the end of the day. It's laden with fees all over the place. And that's why these closed loop programs, you see most of these universal programs using, because there's more control. The con, of course, is that you have to work with each merchant to set them up to accept the cards. So again, going back, we have the app, great for Apple and Android devices, smartphones and tablets. We have the web terminal, great for if you're in front of a computer all day, retail, spa, stuff like that. You go to SwipeIt.com with a username and password. Both of those options are completely free. There's no cost to build it. Then we have the two options that will cost money. That is an IP-based terminal or a Wi-Fi based terminal. And then the fourth option, which again, we need to get more information, is integration into what you're currently using. So those are kind of the different options we have for participating in the chamber program. What questions can I answer about equipment?
I just, Kaylee, we'll get to you really quick. I just wanted to highlight one of the things that Larry just mentioned about the closed loop. So there are some gift card programs where essentially you get like a Visa card, right? Like a gift card that you buy in the grocery store that could really be used anywhere. Maybe a little bit easier in terms of some kinds of convenience, but we can guarantee with the kind of program that we have that the investment that gets made in a gift card is being spent in our local community. And again, this program is not a fundraiser for the chamber. It is really a program that we do because we know it benefits the local community. We can guarantee that dollars that are invested are going to get spent in our small businesses, and that's why we do what we do. Kaylee, go ahead. Do you have a question?
Yeah. So we use Wix for our company website. Is there a way that we could put on there a spot to go onto SwipeIt.com, or do we have to go in ourselves and do the username and password? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, so you wouldn't want it on the website because then customers would be able to see it. With us, it's basically you could put it on your desktop computer as a shortcut. Okay. So basically, you would just have a shortcut that would go to right to SwipeIt.com, and then you just put in your username and password. Is one way to do it, and then you could also have a backup on. You had mentioned that it's basically 3 owners or part owners. So if every owner just put the app on their smartphone, now you have it on your phone and on the computer. It seemed like that would be the easiest way to do it.
Yeah, because most of our sales are face-to-face. We don't really make that many sales through our website. We just have it there.
Yep.
So I was thinking maybe we could say that we take Northampton gift cards, but you have to call us. Is there a way that from the phone that we could take it through the app?
Yeah, so that's exactly what we're talking about with a tour company in Northampton, and where they need to book. And so yeah, basically they could call in with the number, and then you basically could just take the number over the phone, and either you have the app open and you plug the number right into the app, or you have the web terminal open and you plug the number right in as you're on the phone. You can type it in, put the amount, submit, and even right over the phone, you say, okay, you've been charged, your order's all set.
Okay, that sounds great.
Looks like Tasha and Devon did I pronounce that correctly? Had a question about Shopify, Larry.
Yeah, we were just wondering if it can be integrated into Shopify. We do online sales, and that can be for curbside pickup too. So if not, that's fine. But we're just wondering.
So we do have an integration with Shopify. Again, with some of these integrations, though, they're cost prohibitive for a universal program. So, a lot of times we have people integrating into their shopping cart, their Shopify, because they want to allow their gift card to be used in their store, brick and mortar, as well as online. But it's their card, so I think the Shopify has a very confusing back end. So there's a software developer who basically has to hold your hand through the whole integration process. And then there's a lot of bells and whistles. So I think it's a $500 integration to do Shopify. So again, yeah, we have an integration, but it's expensive, especially for a universal program.
Okay,
But-
well, yes, thank you for clarifying. We're fully happy with just doing it in person. Thank you.
Before, I think Larry could probably stay on for a few more minutes. I think we told him it was a little bit longer because we thought people might have individual questions. But before we hit the 9:30 mark, I was hoping we could go to you, Jillian, as the person who has used it, uses it in different ways originally than you use it now, and like your experience with the card and why you've persevered through multiple POS systems and all that kind of stuff.
Awesome. Yes, I'd be happy to speak to that. And I just wanted to thank Vince for the shout out on the sensational muffins. We're lucky to be right next door to the chamber. So we bring the chamber very yummy things, and they include us in things like this. As my husband and I are working to take over Sylvester's and Roberto's, it's really great to connect with other people who are also business owners that I haven't had a chance to meet or get to know in the community. So thank you for having us today. So yes, so we have done all the things that Larry has talked about. We used to have a POS system called Maitre D, where the gift card system was integrated right into our POS system. That worked really, really well. We loved our POS system. When the pandemic hit, we switched from the POS system we had to a POS system that offered some other updated things that our current POS system didn't have, such as online ordering, which allowed us to do contactless pickup. Also, we do little QR codes on our tables now. People can order right from their table. So a couple of things that needed to shift for us during the pandemic to, you know, stay sustainable and stay open. And SwipeIt through this process has been so wonderful. I just want to reach out, aside from the chamber and what they do. You know, when we were going through that process, SwipeIt lost some of our business in terms of, you know, we buy gift cards from them, but we have to integrate them into our new system. So it's a little different how we do things. And they were just so responsive, and their working with them has just been so easy for us. So just to put that out there to business owners in terms of, you know, working with the chamber and working with SwipeIt, it's just really been a seamless process. When we first switched over, we weren't sure how we were going to continue to take Northampton gift cards, since our system wasn't going to be able to. We had to take all the gift cards we had in our old system, integrate the numbers into our new system, which we couldn't necessarily do with chamber cards. So SwipeIt really worked with us to solve that problem. At first, we did do the web browser. They set us up. That didn't end up working for what we needed at the time. So we had to go back to Larry and say, Larry, is there anything else? And then we did get the app, which was free to us. Really easy to set up. It didn't really ask for any personal information. It was just, you know, you put your name, your address, you know, it sets you up seamlessly. It really takes 2 minutes to download it, set it up. Once you're set up, you know, there are different avenues, you know, for what you'll need. Reporting, which is important for our office people. It's really easy to pull up reports every day, see how much money we brought in Northampton gift cards, so that, you know, we can kind of keep track in our books of, you know, where our money is coming from and what to expect. The chamber does send us a check 2 times a month, which is really nice to see when we're depositing that into our, you know, business account. You know, and then, you know, there's an option to just type in, you know, the gift card number itself, redeems it right there for you. And also to check balances. So it's just pretty seamless. In terms of, you know, people who are ordering over the phone, it doesn't integrate necessarily into people being able to go onto our online ordering system and use Northampton gift cards. But people can call us and give us their gift card numbers over the phone, and then we just put it right into our system here and redeem it. Or we just use our email system, where we give out our email, people send us their gift card information, we redeem it on our end. It's pretty seamless. So that's been our experience. I mean, there was maybe a 2-week period where we were reopened and we switched to our new system and we were unable to take Northampton gift cards. And there were probably a dozen people who were incredibly disappointed in us, because they came and they said, you know, you're on the list. And I think, you know, you really become known in the community for being on that list. And, you know, people look forward to taking their money to small businesses all around the area. And just to give a sense of kind of how it all works, I just pulled numbers from Sylvester's of what we pulled in this month, which is about $400. And just in 1 month, if you think about a chamber membership, it just really covers what that membership would be, you know, in a month. So I think the value to business is incredible. And we've been part of the program, I think, probably since its inception. I mean, we've been here for 38 years. So, and people are really excited. And just to say, it's very seldom that somebody comes in to use a Northampton gift card and that their entire purchase is covered by that gift card. So on top of being able to bring in revenue through the chamber program, chances are people will spend more than that and put money right into your business directly. So I just wanted to put that out there as well. So if anybody has any questions, I'll leave my email as well. And I'd be happy to connect with anybody about kind of what we've done, how we've done it, and, you know, any questions, how I could help people kind of get on board with it. So
Thank you so much, Jillian. I think it's so helpful to hear from folks who are using it right now. You know, it's one thing for the salesperson to say it's the greatest thing since sliced bread, and another thing to hear from a colleague.
And to what she noted too, just the stat is 90% of people who use a gift card spend above the value. So to exactly what she said, that $25 gift card got them in the door. And okay, so you pay the 4% and 15 cents on the $25, but then they end up spending $80, which is just your money. And then they like, wow, this was the best muffin I've ever had. And then they keep coming back. And when they come back, they might not have a chamber gift card. So again, the other thing with the program is it's an introduction to new customers as well. It's marketing on the website as well. So not that it's going to happen, even if no one ever walked in your door, you still got included in all of this great marketing that they're doing. But we know people are going to walk into your door, so there's just on top of it. And that's why these chamber buy local programs are really a win-win for the community.
Does anybody else have any other questions? I know that it's now 9:35 and people probably have to, you know, get going and be about their day. But if you have any questions, give a shout out. Oh, Jennifer?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Hi, I jumped on early. I wasn't registered. Hi.
Hi.
I was wondering, is there a way to track like lost gift cards and what happens with that? And is there a way people can go online and if they have their numbers, you know, get another gift card? I mean, I know when I worked at Talbot's and people would lose their gift card and they'd be freaking out and, you know, is there any system in place for that?
I'll let Jenna take that one.
We often can with each, oh, sorry.
I'm gonna mute myself.
Okay. With each, sorry. I don't know why. All right. I'm gonna type it in the chat, sorry.
We lost Jess, I think, Jenna. So.
Oh.
I'm here.
Oh, no, I see Jess now.
All right. Looks like Liz has a question too. Liz, do you want to ask your question?
Oh, sorry, I couldn't quite hear what you were saying. Yeah, is there data somewhere, info we can see just about like a breakdown about how much like revenue each business makes, like on an average maybe from this program? Like I saw like the data of like how much was redeemed and stuff, but just like individual businesses. So I could kind of see if joining the chamber justifies what we would be making from this program.
You are already a member of the chamber, Liz.
Oh, we are?
Yeah.
Oh, Jake didn't tell me that. Interesting.
You're already a member. We probably couldn't give you we couldn't say this is East Side and this is Sylvester's without dealing with each of those individual businesses sort of giving access to their data. But what we could do for anybody who is interested is to say, you know, here are 3 similar businesses in size and in product, and this is what they are bringing in over the course of a year or what have you. So we could give folks some clue, but we probably, without the AOK of the owners of a specific participant, we wouldn't be able to give you their data. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Awesome. Any other questions? I wanted to let you all know that I put some basic information about the chamber and membership into the chat, but my whole role here at the Chamber of Commerce is to help people figure out how they can utilize the work that we do to benefit their business. So the gift card program is a big benefit of chamber membership, a big giant benefit of chamber membership, but it's just one of the things that we do. And I would be more than happy to meet with you over the phone, in person, on a walk in the park, whatever works out, to do some, explaining a little bit about the work that we do and talking to you about your goals and doing a bit of brainstorming about how we can support your success, because that is exactly what we're here to do. That's it in a nutshell. Vince, do you want to wrap it up? Does anybody else have any thoughts, comments?
Well, let me just say then, thank you all. Thank you again, Larry. Thank you, Chris. Thanks to all of you for being here and for allowing us to share what we believe is just a premium program that'll give you premium publicity and hopefully will drive incremental customers to your business. A lot of times we see people walking down the street with the gift card flyer looking for where they should go to spend their money. So we certainly want you to be part of that. And we've got some more exciting things coming. So jump right in and get involved in the gift card program.
Thank you all so much for joining us today. I hope that you have a great day. Take good care.
Thanks, everyone.